one?
Well, I think LR identified it really well because the tight ends are matchup nightmares nowadays. Who are you going to cover them with? Because really, they are pumped up wide receivers who can flat out run and use their body to create bigger plays. Cover them with a linebacker, cover them with a defensive back. Either way, they feel like they have the advantage.
Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. As we get ready to see the Denver Broncos offense in just a second, you look at that man, Trevor Siemian, who last week in their loss to Oakland came in for the injured Paxton Lynch in the third quarter, acquitted himself pretty well out there.
He certainly did, and ended up throwing for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Makes you wonder why he was taken out in the first place. I realize that was a rough game and ended up benching him when he threw 3 interceptions, but he's the perfect quarterback for their offense when they're able to run the football. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see Trevor Siemian be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season for Denver.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Siemian now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
Often overlooked and almost always underrated, C.J. Anderson has an impact on games that he plays. Very strong up top, has really good balance as well. I've seen him bounce off of tacklers, stay on his feet, and continue to churn out additional gains. Also pretty effective in the passing game as well.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Let's go! Green, 39!
From the gun, here's Siemian. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but and it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'd say that qualifies as a pretty darn good opening series. Get them into 3rd and long, get them out of their comfort zone, and guess what? Get your crowd into it early, too.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by a man who, I can't understand why, decided not to work with Charles Davis in the booth. Back for another go, it's Jay Cutler.
11 previous seasons in the NFL, just 1 playoff appearance despite a right arm that is the envy of all quarterbacks in the league. I think this is an opportunity for him to rewrite his legacy. 1 more go in the NFL, and maybe people look at him in a different light.
What'd you say to scare him out of the booth and back onto the field? That's what I want to know.
I just told him it was a lot easier playing quarterback than being a broadcaster. For some reason, he bought it.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Time running out here on the play clock. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Cutler. Dancing to his left. Got a man. It's the former Bronco, Julius Thomas. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
And after that completion, you can understand why the tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And look at this. He's going to keep it. Over the middle, complete. It's Gray. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The catch is made. Benny Fowler. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And let's run through the Dolphins defense.
When Cameron Wake lost his 2015 season to an Achilles tendon injury, you wondered, would he be able to make it back? Would he have the quickness? Would he trust the ability to drive off the line of scrimmage and rush the quarterback? It all came back for him in 2016. The rehab work, big, strong, fast, agile. Cameron Wake back to the Pro Bowl in 2016.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So no problems there with that one as they're able to put 3 up on the board.
Yeah, it's pretty much a winless night. There's only a very light breeze, so it's a perfect night for kickers. And like you say, no problems with that one.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They'll throw on first down with Cutler. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller charging hard for that outside linebacker spot. He gets in to drop him for a loss of 12.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Cutler. Eluding the pressure right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Von Miller picked up in 2016 where he left off, rushing quarterbacks and putting them on the ground. The MVP of Super Bowl 50, he continued that play in the regular season. Another all-pro year. And how does he get to them? His ability to bend, like a slalom skier going through gates, gets lower than offensive tackles trying to block him.
Now Cutler on third and long. Flushed out right. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play for the Dolphins here on third down. 41 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. And Stills over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. So they'll give a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've hit the end of quarter one. It's a 3-point game here early. And we'll be back to South Florida after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a third and short here. Throwing again, it's Cutler. And he finds Julius Thomas. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Being chased out left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Marshall coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Dolphins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
Now let's go.
From the gun, it's Cutler. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Cody Latimer now on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They run it again with Anderson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Here's Booker. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game. Plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kick on the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.